Okay, once again, good morning, boys. Yeah, today, as part of our discussion on chapter number 5, Principles of Inheritance and Variation, we are going with the next topic, that is genetic disorders. Unfortunately, all of us, all the human beings, including some animals, we suffer from certain unknown diseases that we do not know much about it. They are called genetic disorders or genetic diseases. And the good news is that these diseases which were thought of that cannot be cured, now we have got a hope thanks to our biology, through biotechnology, through stem cell research, through recombinant DNA technology, we call it rDNA technology, we are able to cure even genetic diseases. So that is the good news for us. And basically, as the name suggests, what is this genetic disorder? What are genetic disorders? So we say these are disorders that happen due to change in either genes or chromosomes. That means there is some change, I can call it physiological error. There is a physiological error in either gene structure or gene locus, or sometimes gene itself is not there, disappeared. It also happens that sometimes there is a distortion of chromosomes. Chromosome which is supposed to be in a particular way, having particular structure, definite length, has gone or has undergone some changes, again due to some physiological errors. So when chromosome is disturbed, naturally gene structure is disturbed, genetic makeup is disturbed. So genotype also gets distorted, and that time whatever characters or traits that human beings exhibit, those are not normal, they are abnormal. So this abnormality that we exhibit because of physiological error in either a gene or a chromosome results in genetic disorders, and some of them are very deadly, they are very horrible diseases. Okay, and as I said, so far we were having some sort of depression that how to overcome these diseases. Now there is a hope at the end of the tunnel, particularly a lot of stem cell research in Britain. Great Britain is leading in the medical field. Lot many genetic disorders are cured. So that's a good news for us, and we hope that these facilities will soon come to our country also. There is no doubt that medical facilities, medical faculty, lot of research is required in our country, and whenever this field is neglected, what's happening to our country, that will happen. So hope there will be some sort of improvement in the area of medical field. So basically, genetic disorders are of two types. As we said in our previous sessions, one is Mendelian disorder and second one is chromosomal disorders. Mendelian disorders, of course, we are talking in terms of change, that to undesirable change. We don't want that to happen, but unfortunately it happens. So we don't desire that. So we say undesirable changes in the gene structure, gene locus, that results in few deadly diseases like hemophilia, first one. Second one is sickle cell anemia. Third one, color blindness. Fourth one, phenylketonuria. Fifth one, thalassemia. And the worst of worst, cystic fibrosis. So these are some of the diseases that we are going to discuss under undesirable change in the gene structure and gene loci, or sometimes the entire gene is absent, it is missing. Then second type under genetic disorders that we will discuss at length is chromosomal disorders. That means either there is undesirable change in the chromosome structure in terms of chromosome length, or the chromosomal numbers are missing. Instead of, see, we said human being should have 46 chromosomes. It so happens that due to physiological error during meiosis, instead of 46 chromosomes, some human beings, unfortunate human beings, get either 45 or 47. The moment I said a human being doesn't get the required fixed 46 chromosomes or 23 pairs of chromosomes, then we don't call that human being as normal. We say abnormal human being. And that abnormal human being is called syndrome. Depending upon which chromosome, how many numbers, out of the 46 chromosomes there is undesirable change. We have three types of syndromes. One is Down's syndrome, another one is Klinefelter's syndrome, and the third one is Turner's syndrome. Turner's syndrome. So let's see what are the phenotypical characters that are exhibited by a person when he or she suffers with this. We start off with the Mendelian disorders. Now, as we said, it is basically undesirable change in the gene structure. So these disorders are caused by alteration or mutation. Yesterday we said sudden change in an organism, that too undesirable one, is mutation. And that happens in a single gene. So one gene undergoes undesirable changes, and that results in very, very horrible diseases such as hemophilia, color blindness, sickle cell anemia, phenylketonuria, thalassemia, cystic fibrosis. And the pattern of inheritance of Mendelian disorders can be traced in a family by pedigree analysis. This is the reason why I said I'll take up separately this pedigree analysis, because right now you understand that pedigree analysis is nothing but analysis of the family. Like, grandparents, your grandfather, grandmother, one generation, your father, mother, second generation, you, your sister, brother, third generation. Now we study the pattern in your family. Is there any lethal gene or dangerous gene that is coming from your grandparents to parents, parents to you, or maybe from maternal uncle? We say, in Kannada you say Sodara Mama. So from that angle also there can be flow of genes. So study of this pattern of inheritance of that lethal gene or dangerous gene, deleterious gene, is pedigree analysis. Okay, and what happens when this happens? Look at that. So human beings will suffer like this. So varieties of diseases. You can see the pictures. Okay, and in that we are going to study through this pedigree analysis some of the diseases like myotonic dystrophy. Now myotones refers to muscles. Now this is a very dangerous disease because it comes to the person because of autosomal dominant trait. Autosomes, I said, in all of us there are two types of chromosomes, autosomes and allosomes. Autosomes are the chromosomes that are responsible for bodily character, your height, your hair color, your nature of your hair, eyeball color, skin color, all these are decided by autosomes. And next to allosomes, X chromosome and Y chromosome. These two will decide sex of the baby, sex of the person. As I said already, if an embryo gets XX chromosomes, that embryo is going to become girl. It is she. On the other hand, if XY chromosome comes to the embryo through the zygote, then it is male, boy. So who is deciding whether the embryo is going to be girl or boy? It is the presence or absence of Y chromosome, isn't it? So here, when a person gets some dominant trait, dominant gene. We said, you remember capital T, small t. We said capital T is referred as dominant gene. So, if a dominant gene through autosomes come from generations to generation, that results in one disease called myotonic dystrophy, means muscle disorder. Look at that person, he is having only skeleton, no muscle. And even if muscle is there, unfortunately, the muscles will be getting weaker and weaker. As person puts on age, the muscular strength also comes down. So, this is primarily makes the person weaker and weaker as he or she puts on age. And the next one is, again it is autosomal only, autosomal disorder only, but then it is because of recessive gene. That is just how I said, the capital T, small t, that small t, like that, there is a recessive gene. And presence of that recessive gene will make the person to have distorted shape of RBC. All of you know RBC is spherical, and if that RBC shape becomes a sickle cell means in Kannada you call it kurpi, okay. The spherical shaped RBC will be converted into sickle cell shape. So, you know in physics, surface tension, surface area, as a result, these persons will have less of oxygen in their body, and that results in anemia. Anemia means lack of hemoglobin in the body. Where is hemoglobin? Yes, Vivek? Where will be hemoglobin in us? Yeah, it is present in the RBC of blood, correct, no? So, if hemoglobin is present, we refer to as Hg, and that hemoglobin absorbs oxygen. Whatever oxygen that we inhale through breathing, that oxygen gets combined with hemoglobin and becomes oxyhemoglobin. If oxyhemoglobin is present in our body, that is pure blood. On the other hand, I said affinity, liking, phili means love, I said. Hemophilia means blood, and the blood having this hemoglobin prefers to always have oxygen, okay, and that's why we should breathe in more oxygen. But in case oxygen availability is deficient, less in our body, then what happens? Carbon dioxide is there. When carbon dioxide is there, oxygen is not there, hemoglobin has no choice but to accept carbon dioxide. Then what happens? Hemoglobin combines with carbon dioxide, becomes a carboxyhemoglobin. A carboxyhemoglobin, if it is present, it's bad blood, impure blood, and that is the reason why the person having more of carboxyhemoglobin and hemoglobin content comes down, then we say person becomes weaker and weaker, and this weakness is due to lack of iron in our body. So, iron deficiency will result, and iron deficiency leads to hemoglobin deficiency. Hemoglobin deficiency leads to anemia. And why this is happening? Because of change in the shape of the RBC. Spherical RBC became sickle cell RBC, and that is the reason why persons having this autosomal recessive disorder suffer continuously due to anemia. And how the pattern you can see, when I explain to you the pedigree analysis, I will tell you how exactly we are giving symbols. At present you just understand that sickle cell anemia is due to autosomal recessive trait. You know, you got
royal disease.
why it is called royal disease? I think this is not royal disease. Hemophilia. Hemophilia is called royal disease.
Anemia is also lack of blood, sir.
Anemia is lack of iron in the blood will be there. Rakesh, 5 liters blood will be there on an average in all of us, in a healthy person. Normally people misunderstand, mistake that lack of hemoglobin is lack of blood. No, they are separate. Blood volume remains the same in our body, But that blood having 5 liters flowing in our body, getting circulated, does it have sufficient hemoglobin levels? Like when you go to doctor, undergo a blood test, and the doctor says to the pathologist, identify the levels of hemoglobin, and at the end of the test he will give you hemoglobin levels 13 mg, 14 mg, like that. So in anemic people, these levels which are normal 13 to 16 milligrams per 100 ml will be somewhere 7 and 8. Some people will have even 4 mg. So it is better often, once in a while, you get your blood tested and see the levels of hemoglobin. And higher the hemoglobin, higher the iron content. Higher the iron content, higher the ability of hemoglobin to absorb oxygen. Yes. And once oxygen is available, oxyhemoglobin is formed. And how much oxyhemoglobin is present in our blood, that much healthy you are. This is the secret, right? So,
Yes.
right.
Sir, Abhishek Nimbal is
Yes. Abhishek Nimbal is waiting. I could see that. Let me admit him. Right. And let me also just see. Is it unlocked? Yes, I am going to lock the room. Right. Okay. Next, what just Rakesh Mohanty asked me. Why is it called royal disease, hemophilia? First of all, let us understand what is this hemophilia. Hemophilia is basically a blood clotting disease. That means all of you are playing sports games every day, at least when you are in the school. And for sports people, while playing games, it is invariably we get injured. Diseases are very common. So when injury takes place, the first symptom that our body exhibits is bleeding. Blood will come out. But all of us have got the experience that the bleeding takes place maybe for say 30 seconds to 40 seconds. After that, blood doesn't ooze out, it stops. And that indicates that we are all normal, person is normal. But there are some unfortunate people, when they get injured, the blood continuously goes out of the body. That means over tank is empty. Like in your homes, you are opening the tap and you forgot, in the next 5 minutes your overhead tank is empty. Like that, entire blood present in our body goes out, and that is the dangerous one. Just imagine a person losing all the blood. What happens to him when the blood goes out?
unable to breathe.
Unable to breathe, and what else?
Dizziness.
Yeah, Jai Jagannath, Rakesh, who will do digestion part of it? Yes, how are we getting energy? ATP,
Yes, sir.
glucose plus oxygen. Who is giving these two for every cell in our body? Blood. So in the absence of blood, who will give us glucose? Who will give us oxygen? So it is death of every cell. Death of,
The death of a person, we can take out all his blood, sir.
no, blood gets clotted. Blood gets clotted. That is the reason why it is some time limit is there. After that you can't. Blood gets clotted, right? So it is hemophilia is a dangerous disease, and Rakesh was asking why is it called royal disease. It is found in Queen Elizabeth of Britain, and unfortunately in her family even today somebody or other is getting it. Since she is Queen of Britain, and Britain ruled the entire world, that's why they named it as royal disease. Okay, but it is not really royal, right? It's a dangerous one for us. Don't think it is royal disease, let us have it. Okay, so basically, how does a person, even Queen Elizabeth, how is that they are getting family members? It is because of inheritance of X chromosome. It is a X-linked chromosome. If there is some defect in X chromosome, and that defective X chromosome comes to the person through parents, thank you very much. So this is the thing, right? All of you know, Sometimes, it is unfortunate that such diseases are coming from parents, because of course no parent intentionally gives that to the children, but during meiosis, anaphase 2, recollect from your memory. So it is basically inheritance of X-linked recessive. It is recessive gene present on X chromosome comes to the child, and child becomes hemophilic, royal disease. So why actually it happens? Why blood cannot clot?
Platelets, sir.
Yes, all of you know there is thrombin, a protein, and fibrin. These are the true proteins that are present that are responsible for blood clotting. That means when X-linked or sex-linked chromosome having recessive gene comes to the baby, there is no preparation of these two proteins. Okay, and that results in continuously bleeding. Blood does not get clotted. No blood clotting takes place. So,
How they will cure it?
yes, how they will cure it? Any guess? Come on, think of it.
Sir, instant cure how it
Instant also can be done, but just think of it. Normally, what do you think? Think out of your hat.
something like dialysis.
Something like dialysis, okay? So blood can be pumped, but will it help? One side blood is going, another side blood is coming. Kadkol. And who will give you that much blood?
Just for respiration.
Just for that, okay. Any wild guess, Naveen?
We can apply Tixo.
Oh, you can apply Tixo, okay. But it is bleeding is throat, through ears, through eyes. Wherever there is hole in our body, through that, even anal. Okay? So the bleeding is throat. How many Tixos you will apply? Yeah. Anybody thinking out of it? You can store your body in the refrigerator. Then clotting will be faster. Other fluids. Okay, that's a wild guess. Anything else? Now see, there is, I am giving a clue. It is controlled by a pair of alleles called capital H and small h. Okay, that is what British scientists are doing. Yes, gene therapy. That is the only solution. See, what is the mistake that is happening here? Two proteins are not synthesized in that person's body. Correct? If we can make the two proteins to get synthesized, and through them enzymes are formed, fibrinogen is formed, and that fibrinogen is like your hockey goalpost, network of fibers, and network of fibers will come to the area that got injured. So clotting takes place. Now your effort should be how to synthesize those two proteins, and proteins are synthesized because of genes. Genes make protein synthesis. So there has to be alteration in the X chromosome. You remove that recessive gene that is causing the disease. So gene therapy. Already there are so many genetic diseases that are cured in Britain and other European countries. And one of the famous actors, she has studied this family chart, pedigree analysis, and in her family breast cancer was coming generation after generation. And recently she had undergone this gene therapy in Britain, and now after the blood analysis it is proved that she and her children will not get it.
Sir, how they will remove that gene?
Yeah.
Every gene will be removed from every cell.
Yes, every gene can't be removed now from every cell. Yeah, again, think of it. At present I will tell you it is called gene therapy. And I am sure all of you must be knowing that famous British actress in fact. She has acted in many what you call Hollywood movies. Yes, Rakesh Monti.
Who, sir?
Who is that? Heroine who has undergone gene therapy recently. That means you are not reading newspaper. COVID-19 newspaper closed. Correct, no? Okay, tell me at the end of the session. Who is that? Sandeep Jadhav. Where is he?
Yes, sir.
Sandeep. Are you not reading Kannada newspaper?
Not Kannada.
English.
Yes.
Okay. You tell me in WhatsApp group you put that. Who is that cinema actor? Movie actress. She is very famous. She has undergone the gene therapy. And first, before she has undergone gene therapy, she has identified that through pedigree analysis that gene responsible for breast cancer is coming from generations to generations in her family. So that's a good news. Why I am saying it's not, I am not just giving importance to that lady, but importance is for the discovery. Genetic diseases which are incurable, until say 2 years back, people were telling no chance, it is fate, Hanebara. If you get the genetic disorder, it is Hanebara. They are telling. Now it's not so. It can be cured thanks to gene therapy. Okay. So in turn, thanks to our biotechnology, our biology, we are able to cure so many diseases which are incurable even recently. So what happens if this royal disease, how does it exactly take place? Like XX, all of you know, if XX allosomes are present, it is a female, and in that a pair of alleles, capital H, of course, again I am giving a warning, I am giving a caution to all of you. Do not think that there is a gene called H in our body. Okay, we are using English alphabet just for our convenience. Here when I am saying X to the power H, X to the power H means H for hemophilia. Do not think that inside Rakesh Mohanty there will be a gene called H gene and English alphabet will be inside. Okay?
Angelina Jolie, sir.
Angelina Jolie, correct. Now see, Rakesh Mohanty has seen Google searched.
No,
Quickly.
sir. Prasad has written in chat box.
Okay, Prasad has written in chat box. Okay, right. So normal female without any royal disease is having 2 X chromosomes with the alleles capital H. Okay, and next heterozygous. Suppose a female is having instead of homozygous condition, she is having heterozygous condition, that is capital H, small h. Then she becomes a carrier, means she will not suffer. Okay, I hope you are understanding. That lady will not suffer, but when she gets married, she becomes mother. She gives that to baby. Which baby? Male baby. In that way, Prasad, we boys are all unfortunate. Why? We get that from the mother. Prasad says, Tai kottida vara.
We can get X, H also.
Yes. It all depends on your luck. That's what Sandeep, we said, Hanebara, no? Fate. Which type of X chromosome having which allele is not in our hand. It can be X capital H or X small h. If X small h comes, finished, we are gone. We become hemophilic male. Then Sandeep says, Tai kottida vara. Okay, it's a mother's gift. But then she is not giving intentionally here. No mother will be like that, no? Okay, it is unfortunate that during meiosis, it is our fate that we are getting this. But now it is not even our fate. We can correct it. That is the greatness of our biology. Okay, so you must all remember this. XX chromosome having capital H is normal female. Second, XX with capital H and small h is heterozygous female, but she is not normal. She is abnormal only because she carries that dangerous gene small h. And she is responsible for transmitting this disease to whom? Sons, not daughters, boy.
Why, sir?
Why? Guess. If XH comes, Sandeep, if XH comes, X small h comes, it has to be from mother. Because father gives only either X or Y, no? That's why Sandeep says, my daddy is a good boy. Now Vivek is understanding, sir. I will go and talk to my daddy. Yes, Vivek? Next, X small h, X small h. This is unfortunate. The lady is suffering. Both the genes are recessive alleles, small h, hemophilic female. Female becomes hemophilic. Unfortunate. Okay. And X capital H, see, mother is good mother here. She is contributing X capital H. And daddy is giving Y. From male, it is coming Y. So X capital H with Y is normal male, like all of us. Thanks to God. Thanks to meiosis. Isn't it? And next, thanks to biology, of course. And X small h and capital Y. What is that? Unfortunate children. We males, some of the males, unfortunately becomes hemophilic because of that X chromosome having recessive gene small h, and unfortunately mother gets contribution. It is her contribution. Of course, I give caution to you. No mother gives intentionally. After all, mother is mother, isn't it? So you must understand that this is how the Mendelian disorder take place. Now the same thing we are putting it in the form of pedigree analysis. Look at that. She is the queen of Victoria, was a carrier of hemophilia. So her family pedigree analysis shows that many hemophilic descendants are there. Look at that. How many are there? In females, hemophilia is very rare because it happens only when mother is at least carrier and father is hemophilic. Again, at the end of my class, what Sandeep should do? Take a paper, pen or pencil, put parents, normal father, normal mother, see the products. That is how you will take X capital H from mother versus X capital H Y. Remember, you may ask me why you are not putting any allele on Y. Why, Sandeep? Why we are not putting any allele on Y? Hemophilia is X-linked disease, that's why. So Y chromosome is a good chromosome. It doesn't cause. So what Sandeep has to put? X capital H from mother, X capital H and Y. Normal mother, or I can say healthy mother and healthy father. What are the products? All products are healthy. Correct now? Any doubt? All are XH only, capital H. So all children are. So healthy family. But if a male marries a carrier, because he doesn't know, like our Sandeep, he will see only the outer beauty of the girl. He doesn't see the inner thing. So if she is unfortunately having X small h, one recessive gene. So how do you write? Carrier. That means the female will have two X chromosomes. Accepted? XX. one X chromosome will have normal gene, capital H, but another one will have small h. She is a carrier. She is carrying that lethal gene. But
Male can never be carrier, sir.
a male can never be.
But sir,
One gene, see that is what unfortunate, Rakesh. One gene is enough. One recessive gene is enough for us to become royal. That's why now Rakesh Mohanty always says royal Wodiyars. All Wodiyar house boys, no? What Mohanty?
sir,
Who is hostel superintendent of Royal Wodiyars?
my father.
Ah. Okay. So, one X chromosome having small gene, recessive gene, small h, is making the lady carrier. Now, you take, let us say, assume that male is normal. So, how do you write? X capital H, Y. Am I right? Now, let Sandeep put the cross. See the children. What type of children that family will have, that parents will have. Work out on a paper and tell me in the WhatsApp, in our group after my class. And
Sir,
third,
one doubt, sir.
yeah, please.
Sir, it has written hemophilia, sir, is very rare because it happens only when mother is at least carrier and father is hemophilic, sir.
Work out
What is
that.
father hemophilic?
Yes, father becomes hemophilic, as I said just now. One X chromosome. He obviously, father will have only one X chromosome, and that X chromosome should carry recessive gene, small h. That is enough. See, we say God creates us equally. He knows Constitution, Indian Constitution, equality before law, Article 14, Article 21 of the Constitution. But in genetics, he is missing that. You see, if a lady is carrying one X chromosome with a small h, she is carrier. Okay, Rakesh? But male, same law, equality before law, doesn't apply here. X chromosome with a small h, finish. Male is hemophilic. So God also is not equating equally here. That's why, Rakesh, it is unfortunate that men, all of us, become hemophilic when there is simply one small recessive gene.
Recessive gene.
Yeah, unfortunate. Now, so you work out this cross and tell me in our WhatsApp group. And third one, what is the third one? X small h means female herself is hemophilic. She is double recessive. X small h. Marries, let us say, one normal human being. X capital H. Yeah.
This is lethal gene, sir.
Lethal gene. Small h is lethal gene. That is only causing hemophilia. So third cross that you can put is X small h versus X capital H versus Y, means normal male but hemophilic female. What will be the type of children that family gets? Just work out. And fourth one is obvious, Sandeep knows. Mother is hemophilic, father is hemophilic. What will be the fate of the children? Yes, it is our Tirupati style, Govinda. Isn't it? X small h versus X small h Y chromosome. Is it not Govinda? Yes, Sandeep? Yeah, that is the reason why we need to study pedigree analysis of the family. So before you get married to a girl, don't see the outer beauty of the girl. Being a biology student, you need to have this pedigree analysis. Then only you will come to know whether there is any genetic disorder existing in that family. If the genetic disorder is existing, Kadkol has to say bye-bye.
across all our limbs.
Otherwise, Kadkol has to go to Britain to cure the disease and keep some dollars. It is not just like Kadkol giving some 30 rupees, taking injection in India, Bijapur, not like that. It's a costly affair. Okay? So, work out on this and tell me. Tomorrow we will discuss about another dangerous disease called color blindness. Okay? Put the workouts, and just give me thumbs up in our WhatsApp group. Until then, take care. Bye.